Good morning. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having an awesome weekend. So this is going to be a very quick, short coffee chat because I have bacon in the oven. I have my timer set and I have less than 30 minutes to talk this morning because I have to go get my bacon out of the oven. So, all right. So this morning, this is my coffee mug I'm using this morning. This is one that I got from Arizona. So we go to Arizona every year on vacation, and I have a coffee mug obsession. So I a lot of times will get coffee mugs when I go there. I'm drinking some cinnamon bun coffee this morning. So I just have to clarify because I have a lot of people who message me and ask me about my flavored coffee that I drink. No, it does not have carbs or sugar or anything like that in it. This is just black coffee, and it just has a very, very slight hint of flavor. So this one has just a very subtle hint of cinnamon. Otherwise, it is just black coffee and it tastes like black coffee. And I will say that some of the flavors that I drink, some of them have more noticeable flavor than others. Some of them you can really taste the hint of flavor, and others it just tastes like black coffee. But anyway, that's what I'm drinking this morning. Okay, so like I said, I have got bacon in the oven, so this is going to have to be a short chat this morning. um, So I just finished my workout. I am still I am still in my workout clothes. I am still just, a hot sweaty mess. But a lot of times my normal routine for my day is I get up in the morning, I drink my pre-workout before I ever have any coffee. I drink my pre-workout because I mean even if I'm not going to work out, I drink my pre-workout because it has all of my electrolytes in it, and then it has some other stuff in it that just makes me feel so good. It just gives me energy. It makes me more alert. It helps me wake up. Um, so yeah, I had my pre-workout this morning, got my workout done. Um, and now I am drinking my coffee. And I decided to just go ahead and go live right now because I have a busy day today. After I get done doing this coffee chat, I am going to probably just be meal prepping for a big portion of the day today because I have a lot of stuff that I want to make today. So I'm probably going to just, be doing that. So I wanted to get this done now because I don't know if I'll have time to do it later. So anyway, couple updates from the last time I went live. So Oakley is doing really, really well with his whole issue with his kidneys. He's back to normal. He's doing fine. Everything's working fine for now. Hopefully, we don't have to deal with that again for a while. Um, the other thing I talked about last time was my CPAP machine because I mentioned that I was diagnosed with sleep apnea in December. And so I had to start wearing a CPAP machine. And initially, I got the one that just covers your nose, and it was not working for me at all. And so I had to go get a new one. I got a new face mask, and it actually covers my nose and my mouth. And so that helps because I breathe through my mouth when I'm sleeping. Um, it's been working. It's been going pretty well. I've gotten used to it for the most part. It still is very weird to be wearing something on my face when I'm sleeping at night. But I do wake up feeling a lot more rested than I have before. Um, it's kind of weird because, some nights my oxygen level shows that it was really good, and then some nights it still shows that it's, not so great. So I'm not really sure why that's not helping. I really thought that once I started wearing the CPAP machine that my oxygen levels would be really good every night. And there are some nights now where it'll be like 96%, but then there'll be some nights where it'll be like 92, 93%. So I think that's really weird, but I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. So one thing I'm noticing though, wearing the one over my nose and my mouth instead of just my nose, it's really weird because like since I breathe through my mouth, when I first put it on at night, it's just a very light pressure. It's very comfortable. It doesn't bother me. It's just fine. And then a lot of times I wake up in the middle of the night and it is just forcing air into my mouth. And I'm guessing that is probably because I am stopping breathing. And so this machine, it's like a smart machine and it adjusts to what your body needs and what it's doing. So I'm guessing that the deeper sleep I get into, then the more forceful the air has to be because I try to stop breathing. And so that is very, very hard to get used to when I wake up and it's just forcefully putting air into my mouth. So sometimes I have to just take it off at that point because I can't stand it. I feel like I'm suffocating. I feel like it's, just forcing air into my mouth. Um, Sometimes I can just push through it. But the other thing that I'm noticing is I didn't expect this to happen. Sorry, I've got like a stray hair tickling my face. I didn't expect this to happen, but what I'm noticing is when I wake up in the morning, I'm very, very bloated, like full of air. Like, and I read about this because I thought, God, is the CPAP machine doing this to me? Because with my way of eating, I no longer have issues with feeling bloated and gassy and all of that stuff that I used to feel when I ate, standard American crappy diet. Um, I don't feel that ever anymore. None of the foods that I eat ever make me feel that way now. So I've been like waking up in the morning just very bloated and just feeling very gassy and just, oh, well, it is from the CPAP machine. I have read that that is one of the things that can happen if you wear a mask over your mouth because it is forcing air into your mouth and it forces air into your stomach. And I don't know. So I guess things can't be perfect. That is one of the things that I'm dealing with, but it is what it is because I've learned that I can't wear the one on my nose. It just doesn't work for me. So it's just one of those things I have to get used to. So, oh well. The other thing that I talked about the last time and that I've been talking about for a really long time is back pain. So I finally went to my doctor. I got some x-rays. I have spondylosis in my spine. I have it in my neck and I have it in my lower back, which is like a degenerative arthritis. So, yay. It's basically degenerative disc disease. That's what's been causing my pain. I was going to get an MRI, which I was terrified of. I had to get some like anxiety medication from my doctor to take before the MRI scan because I'm so claustrophobic and I was so scared of having it done. Well, my insurance company denied it, so I didn't have to worry about that. So anyway, I did not get the MRI scan done, and it does not sound like I'm going to be getting it done. But the good news is I started going to my chiropractor. I've been going twice a week for the last few weeks, and my back pain is so much better. He has worked a miracle on my back, which I know there are a lot of people out there that don't believe in chiropractic therapy, which doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why anyone would not believe in it because, I mean, your spinal cord controls everything that happens in your body. So, if your spine is out of alignment and something is, pushing or not working right with your spinal cord, then I mean, it would make sense that that would affect all kinds of other things. So, I don't understand people who don't believe in chiropractic therapy. I really don't. I think it is amazing. But so I am very excited that since I've started going to see my chiropractor and getting adjusted, my back pain is like so much better. I mean, it went from like the most excruciating pain, like I could not roll over in bed without wanting to cry. I could not barely lift myself out of bed in the morning without wanting to cry. I couldn't sneeze without it bringing me to my knees almost in tears. And I mean, everything I was doing was just, it hurt so bad. And now it's like right now sitting here, I have no pain, no pain. So um, it's just amazing. My chiropractor has definitely worked wonders for what I have going on. So I'm going to continue going to my chiropractor. That's seems to be the answer, seems to be helping. So very, very excited about that, to finally have some pain relief, finally be able to sleep, finally be able to exercise without pain. I was still trying to exercise even though I was in so much pain. There were a lot of moves that I'd have to modify and change because of the pain. There were some moves I just couldn't do. And then there were some days where I just couldn't do any weights at all because it was such bad pain. I just had to do, cardio on the treadmill, walk on the treadmill. But it's so much better now. My pain is so much better. I'm so happy. Okay, let me look at my timer and see. All right, I have got to talk fast here. I don't have a lot of time left before I have to go get my bacon out of the oven. So let's talk about cheat days. So in the beginning, I never did cheat days because it was just too hard. I just wanted to just get myself used to eating the keto way of eating. I never did cheat days, and I don't really like the term cheat days. I prefer the term carb days. I mean, for the most part, I rarely eat carbs. I try to keep my carbs under 20 grams per day, but most of the time I'm like maybe 10 to 15 carbs per day. So um, every once in a while, I want some carbs, and I mean, I just do. Some people never ever ever do a cheat day or a carb day, but I have found that the one food that I love more than any food out there ever is sushi. And I'm not talking about just the sashimi, just the raw fish. I'm talking about the sushi with the rice and all rolled up and just everything, all of the sauces, the rice, the fish, everything. That is my favorite food. And so going keto, that was the hardest thing for me to give up. And I know there are, keto friendly ways of making sushi, but it is not the same. And a lot of people will use cauliflower rice instead of regular rice. I can't eat cauliflower. I cannot eat cauliflower. It destroys my stomach. And so I just do not even try to eat it anymore. It used to be that I would try to eat it and then be miserable, but I don't even try it anymore. Um, so there's really no keto friendly version of sushi for me. Pretty much any other food out there, I can find a keto friendly version for it except for sushi. And so every once in a while, I do allow myself a cheat day or a carb day. And it's basically just one day where I decide to eat some carbs, and it's usually sushi because that is really the only thing that is that's the only food that I crave that is not a keto food that I absolutely just want. And so usually like maybe once a month, my husband and I will both do a carb day. He'll get whatever he wants and then I'll get sushi. Every once in a while I might get something else, but for the most part, that would be my carb day or my cheat day. And it's really easy for me to get right back on track the next day. And it does not usually have any kind of bad effect on my body. It's just rice. I mean, it doesn't really, some of the sauces might have some, other stuff in them, but for the most part, I have my carb day, I eat my sushi, and then the next day I get right back on track with keto. Now, some people can't do that. Now, if you are someone who, if you have one taste of something that has carbs in it, if that's going to derail you for an entire week, then don't do a carb day. Just stay strict keto because it's not worth it. But if you are someone who can do one carb meal and then just get right back on track, then it might be fine. So it just depends on what kind of a person you are. If you easily get derailed from, from what you're doing. So um, I think it just depends on the person, whether or not it's okay to do a cheat day or a carb day, or if you just can't handle it. Um, so here is something really interesting that just happened for me. So usually, like I said, usually maybe once a month, we might do a carb day. I'll eat my sushi, get right back on track the next day. Last weekend, I decided for Super Bowl Sunday. So Saturday, was we did our carb day on Saturday and I had some sushi. Sunday was Super Bowl Sunday, and so, I have not gone off the rails like this in a really long time, but I decided since it was Super Bowl Sunday and, things were going fine, I decided I was gonna eat some other things that are not sushi. They have a lot of carbs. So, I ended up eating some, like, regular chips, and that wasn't too bad, but I ended up eating, a sandwich from Subway. It's been quite a while since I've had one of those. So it was like the combination of having my high carb day with my sushi on Saturday and then having my another high carb day on Sunday with a lot of things that I don't normally eat. Rice is one thing. All of the other stuff was a total other thing. And I was miserable. It made me feel miserable. So I was I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, I was very bloated, obviously, very, very bloated. My belly was so bloated. My mind was very tired and cloudy, like just I couldn't hardly focus on anything. I was just exhausted. I don't know. I just did not feel good. I felt so sick to my stomach. Um, so then on Monday morning, okay, so Friday going into that weekend, I weighed myself just because I like numbers. I like to see what happens. So I weighed myself on Friday and I was at my pretty normal consistent weight where I've been hanging out for many, many months. Um Monday morning, Monday morning after the Super Bowl Sunday chaos, I weighed myself and I had gained 6 pounds. 6 pounds from Friday until Monday morning, and that was all because I decided that I just had to have some of those foods that I hadn't had in a really long time. I just wanted to try them, just wanted to taste them. I just thought I had to have them. It was a disaster. I woke up Monday feeling well, I couldn't sleep hardly at all Sunday night. Woke up Monday feeling so tired, so exhausted, so full and bloated, so mind cloud, just foggy brain or carb brain, whatever you want to call it. I felt miserable. And the fact that I had gained 6 pounds, that was insane. And that is all water retention because when you eat carbs, your body holds on to water. So I know I've talked about that before, but that was all just water retention. So it just took me one day. So, then Monday, I just got right back on track to eating how I normally eat. And then Tuesday morning, I weighed myself again, and I had gotten rid of all of those 6 pounds from the weekend. It was just crazy. So, it was definitely water weight. It was just, I mean, that's what happens when you eat carbs. And I was finally feeling better again. So this was all just in time for me to start my 3-week challenge that I'm in right now. So I gotta check my timer here, make sure I still have some time to talk. Okay, so I've got about 10 minutes. Um, so what I'm doing right now is I'm doing a new challenge every month. So the first Monday of each month is prep week. And then the second Monday of the month is when I start my challenge for the month. And so it just happened that, you know, the first day of this challenge started on that Monday after that Super Bowl Sunday high carb chaos. um, so I, very, very, very focused on my eating plan for this week. And so, like I said, I weighed myself on Tuesday, and then for the rest of the week, I ended up losing another 4 pounds. So that is all because of the plan that I'm following right now with my eating plan. But I mean, technically, if you wanted to look at, what I weighed Monday morning until the end of the week, I actually lost 10 pounds this week, but that does not, I'm not counting that because that, 6 pounds, that was just water weight from eating way too many carbs, and my body does not respond well to eating carbs. So, um, by Tuesday, I was right back to where I was before all of that started going into the weekend on Friday. And so by Tuesday, I was just where I had been before, but now I have gone down 4 pounds because of the plan that I'm following. So, it is kind of crazy how carbs can affect your body and just wreak havoc on everything. Um, so just a little bit about the challenge that I'm doing right now. I don't want to go too much into it because I'm just kind of, I'm taking it day by day, week by week, and I'm just really hoping to see big results by the end of, the third week. But basically, I am doing calorie restriction combined with some fasting. So I don't like to do fasting. And I know I talk about this a lot, but earlier this month, I was like, I need to just start fasting. That is what's going to help me the most to get, rid of my belly after surgery and all that stuff. So for a few days I tried to incorporate 18-hour intermittent fasting every day. It just doesn't go well for me. I don't know. I don't like to do fasting. So what I'm doing instead is I'm doing a different method of fasting. It is called 5-2 fasting. I think it's also called the fast diet, but it's a 5-2 method. You can Google that and you can read about it. 5-2 method fasting or 5-2 fasting, something like that. So basically, what it means is for 2 days a week, you only eat around 500 to 600 calories. And then the rest of the week, you eat how you would normally eat. However, I'm taking that just a little bit further because I am on a mission to try to, get rid of this belly before vacation, which is like in a couple weeks, by the way. So on my regular eating days, I am actually reducing my calories, not down to 500 or 600, but more like around 1100, 1200. So that is very unusual for me. I don't eat that low of calories. Um, but that's basically what I'm doing for these 3 weeks just to try to drop some weight fast and get rid of my belly. So I will share more about that, after I get through these 3 weeks just to see how everything goes and to see if I can stick with it for 3 weeks. But, so yeah, anyway, that's what I'm doing now. Um, and then on so you restrict. This is actually a plan that I'm following. It is actually a plan that's written out. But so then on Saturdays I do like a refeed day, which is more calories, like around 1,800 calories. So and then I've adjusted my macros, my fat, my protein. I'm keeping my carbs around 10 carbs per day, but I am also adjusting my fat and my protein macros. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about that because I don't know. I'm only 1 week into this, and I have tried this in the past. I've read about this method of, trying to lose, for fat loss. I've tried it before and I couldn't do it because I'm not used to eating that low of calories. I'm used to eating like 1,800 to 2,500 calories every day. But that doesn't seem to be getting me where I want to be right now. So, I don't know. We'll see. We will see if I'm actually able to stick with this. And if I am, then I will share with you what my results are. So anyway, all right, I've got like 5 minutes before my bacon comes out of the oven. So, I am, I am going to call it good for now. And, just I know I always try to share this. So, places you can find me. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube. And you can find me on Snapchat. You can also find me on TikTok, but I'm not very active on TikTok. And then I have a link that I will share down below, my link tree. This has links to everything where you can find me, all my favorite stuff, my discount stuff, all that. So anyway, so yeah, that is how I feel about cheat days or carb days. I think that it depends on the person. If you can handle it and you can get right back on track, that's awesome. if you can't, if one bite of something that you're not normally used to eating, if that like totally sets you off into a spiral of like days and weeks of eating bad food, then don't do a cheat day. Don't do a carb day. But for me, I can do one carb day and then I can get right back on track the next day. Now, I don't do them every week. If I did them every week, it would be, I don't know, it just wouldn't work for me. But usually like once a month. That's, about what works for me. So anyway, however, these next couple weeks, I am not doing any carb days because I'm on a mission. All right, I'm going to go get my bacon out of the oven, and I will talk to you guys next time.